Ball State University. News for the campus community and all of Delaware County. This is Newslink, Indiana.
Good evening and welcome to Newslink, Indiana. I'm Adam Fox.
And I'm Sarah Finney. Thanks for joining us.
Election Day is 1 month away, and the College Democrats of Indiana and Ball State College Republicans are getting ready for the big day.
After weeks, even months of preparation, President Obama and Governor Romney will face off tonight in the first presidential debate. Sandra Endo is in Denver with a preview of tonight's debate and what's at stake.
Got the video for that one.
Touches on the debate stage, the candidates are putting the final touches on their debate skills. The first showdown between President Barack Obama and Governor Mitt Romney will focus on domestic issues, with heavy emphasis on the economy, something we've heard a lot about on the campaign trail.
What I'm most concerned about is having a serious discussion about what we need to do to keep the country growing and restore security for hardworking Americans.
Do you want 4 more years with 23 million people struggling to find a job?
Both sides are trying to lower expectations. Romney told supporters at a recent campaign stop that the debate is not about winning.
Governor Romney is probably a little bit the underdog, but I think he's going to be ready, and he's going to be ready on the issues, which is really what this election's about.
On the other side, Obama advisors are spinning it in the incumbent's favor, saying the debate will pressure the challenger.
I think the debate's going to be interesting, and they're going to have to back up their statements. I think they'll be held to account for more than they've been held to account for as far as the facts and the details.
Both candidates know that every question counts, and fumbles can be costly.
Very few candidates ever win an election with a debate, but quite a few have lost an election with a debate.
Meaning what happens tonight could decide what happens on November 6th. I'm Sandra Endo reporting.
And we apologize for not having that Ball State campus Republican and Democrat package. We'll try to get that to you later in the show. But North Quad was buzzing today with the rants of quite an outspoken evangelical married couple. The pair had plenty to preach about to Ball State students. Brother Jed Smock and his wife, Sister Cindy Smock, were preaching about the dangers of homosexuality, immoral choices, and promiscuity, while causing a scene and interrupting a game of human versus zombies. Police were eventually called to end the rant, but Smock had a permit and was doing nothing illegally, so the Smocks continued until it seemed fit.
The Indiana Lottery Commission is hiring a private company to take over its marketing, sales, and distribution services. It hopes the move will boost profits. The commission voted today to hire the Rhode Island-based G-Tech. Lottery officials say they expect revenues to increase by 50% over the next 15 years.
6 Indiana residents have died of West Nile virus and more than 60 people have been sickened. That's according to state health officials. Deaths have been reported in Marion, Allen, Vanderborough, and Hendricks counties. Health officials say the mosquitoes will pose a risk until temperatures are in the upper 20s. So now I have some material to justify why the cold weather needs to be here now.
Oh, please. Let's toss it over to Michael Barron to see if any of that cold weather is on the way.
Well, unfortunately, we're not going to make it to the upper 20s if that's your view of unfortunate. We are going to make it down into the 30s, however, for lows. Right now, it is 63 degrees with a south wind at 5 miles per hour. The dew point is also at 50, so it's not too bad outside, not too sticky. Here, taking a look at Newslink Indiana radar, you can see there's no precipitation in our area. The clouds did move out. That allowed us to have that sun before the end of the day. Coming up in your full forecast, we're going to take a look at some sunshine possible, your next shot at rain, and a big cool down ahead.
Thanks, Michael. How safe is the Ball State campus, and are you prepared to protect yourself from potential predators?
And is the housing market finally back on the rise in the post-recession economy? CNN Money's survey has the answer. Stay tuned.
This is Newslink, Indiana.
Earlier this week, Ball State students were made aware of how safe their campus is as the school's Office of Student Residence and Community Standards issued their annual security report. The document showed forcible sex offenses are up in the Ball State community. How can one become more prepared to prevent these crimes? Craig Collins has the story.
This is Newslink, Indiana.
Sexual assault prevention is the concept behind this elemental seminar. The elemental program teaches students different ways to approach a sexual assault situation, each approach named after the 4 elements. Those elements include water, fire, earth, and wind. Chad Manning, co-creator of Elemental, says the violent tactics in the program are akin to most assault prevention programs.
Although the greatest risk that people face from sexual assault is from dates and from acquaintances, people still fear stranger assault, and it does still happen. So we want to make sure that everyone has a chance to practice some of those kinds of basic skills and the kinds of things that you would tend to find in a lot of other sexual assault prevention programs as well.
What makes the Elemental program stand out from other programs is their lessons on what to do in acquaintance assault situations. Those types of assaults are what prompted Manning to get involved with Elemental.
I've seen a number of different, what are often framed as programs for women, and they do a very, very good job of addressing stranger assault problems, but I felt that more could have been done in terms of addressing the acquaintance assault.
Sophomore Malia Maynor says the program has broadened her knowledge of self-defense.
I actually punched a guy in the face once. I didn't have the education behind it to know how to do it properly, to not hurt myself. So that's something that is really great about this program, is that you might know and have that immediate response physically, but you don't know the logistics of how to do it right.
Around the Ball State campus, there are blue lights such as this one behind me that you can use to alert authorities if you are in an emergency situation. Also, the Elemental program is offering refresher sessions. Those will be throughout the remainder of the semester by interest. Also, if you're in the Muncie area and you'd like to get involved with the self-defense class, the Muncie YMCA offers Taekwondo lessons. The next available session is October 30th through November 29th. Registration is going on right now, so if you want to register, go to muncieymca.com. For Newslink Indiana, I'm Craig Collins reporting.
Thanks, Craig. In order to express interest in the Elemental program, contact Melissa Holtzman at mkholtzman@bsu.edu.
About $10 million worth of marijuana plants were confiscated today by the Chicago Police Department. The plants span about 2 football fields. They were spotted by a police helicopter. Officials say the plants, some as tall as Christmas trees, were just about ready to be harvested. A campsite was found where the grower and dealer slept and protected the crop. Now the city will begin the task of pulling and burning the plants.
Authorities say at least 1 person is dead after a single engine plane crashed this morning in Gary, Indiana. The Cirrus SR-22 you see here is the type of plane police say crashed into a wooded area outside the Gary Airport. Federal Aviation Administration spokeswoman Elizabeth Corey says the number of people dying in the crash is in flux after earlier stating that the plane carried only 1 person and that person had died. The plane is registered to Gandy Air LLC in Florida.
Some money experts believe that the nation's housing recovery is finally here. That's according to a CNN Money survey of economists. Most of those surveyed say that home prices are already on the rise or will head in that direction later this year. That's because of a pickup in home sales and a jump in new home sales prices.
Military clashes poured outside of the borders of Syria into Turkey today. Deadly shelling from Syria hit a Turkish border town, killing 5 and injuring dozens more. After condemning the shelling, the Turkish government responded by firing artillery on targets in Syria. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton was, quote, outraged that the Syrians have been shooting across the border, end quote. Relations between the 2 countries have been tense since the Syrian civil war began 18 months ago. Since then, Turkey has been forced to deal with Syrian refugees fleeing the war.
An anti-austerity protester perched on the Vatican building. He looks like he's going to spend a second night there. This is Italian small business owner Marcello Di Finzio. He dropped from a window onto a narrow ledge. Just look at that video. He is outside of St. Peter's Basilica on Tuesday. He's holding a banner that reads, "Help, No more Monty, no more Europe, no more multinationals. And it's not the first time he's scaled the dome. He did the same thing in July.
Guy's either crazy or got guts. Not quite sure
Exactly.
yet. Now let's toss it over to Olivia for a preview of the daily news headlines. Olivia?
Now time for a look at tomorrow's headlines. Tonight from our partners at the Ball State Daily News. U.S. Representative Mike Pence will be attending a rally for Brad Oliver tomorrow here in Muncie. Oliver is a Republican candidate for the Indiana House seat representing District 34. Delta Zeta's Mel's Walk will take place on Sunday. The walk raises money for the burn unit of Riley Children's Hospital. A Ball State student also created a film that was selected to be in the Indianapolis Film Festival later on in the month. All that and more coming up in tomorrow's Ball State Daily News on newsstands across campus or online 24 hours a day at bsudailynews.com.
Thanks, Olivia. And coming up, we'll ask forecaster David Stradling what warm weather is ahead for us.
Stay tuned.
Back to Newslink, Indiana. David Stradling is actually a few feet off of set. Joke's on me.
So now we'll toss it over to Michael Behrens, who is on set. Michael, what do we have to look forward to?
Well, guys, there's definitely a big cool down that is on the way. Right now, however, temperatures around the nation. In Dallas, we're sitting at 75. Cool air everywhere right now. 69 in St. Louis and 61 here in Muncie. As we go ahead and take a closer look at temperatures around the state right now, you can see Indianapolis at 63, Bloomington 62, 63 in Terre Haute as well. Coming in and taking a look at the currents here in Muncie, again, we're at 61 with a southwest wind at 3 miles per hour. 50 is your dew point right now, so it's not too sticky, not too humid out there. Feels pretty nice, although be it a bit cool. Highs around the state today. Muncie, we made it up to 68, 69 in Indianapolis, 70 down in Bloomington, Lafayette 62, South Bend 62 as well, the two cold spots for today. The almanac, our average high for this time of year is 70. We're right about on that. Thankfully, even though it was cold, we were above our average high a good bit, 10 degrees above that average low of 47 degrees. Here we go, take a look at the radar. There's no precipitation right here. You can see the clouds that they did move out earlier in the day, bringing us a little bit of sunshine before the day ended. However, you see a little bit of precipitation. That's not really going to affect us as we move into the overnight. What can you expect for tonight, however? Mostly clear skies, low of 53, a bit of a light wind from the south, about 3 to 8 miles per hour for the overnight. Go ahead and take a look at Newslink Futurecast. This is stopped here earlier tonight. You can see that rain over a little bit. This is part of a low pressure system up north of Indiana. However, this cold front over here is what's going to be bringing us our cool down as we go into the next couple of days. That cold front will start to advance. It's going to be connected with this low pressure system. Here we go, Thursday, mostly sunny for your Thursday. However, Thursday night into Friday is when your chance of storms and rain does move in the area as this cold front begins to push across the state. Friday going to be much cooler, and Saturday even cooler still after this cold front does pass. Rain lingering around for the majority of your Friday. That will continue to linger into the early parts of Saturday as this cold front is slow moving off toward the coast, and that's leaving us with those chances of rain for your Saturday, and still a small chance of rain Sunday morning. Now for tomorrow, 11 a.m., we're looking at partly sunny skies, 66 degrees, mostly sunny by 2, 74. Your high at 5 p.m., mostly sunny skies, high is 77. However, we did mention that cool down. Thursdays are 77 for your high, partly sunny. For Friday, rain chances, only 59 degrees for your high Friday. We're not even going to make it above 60, guys. 51 for your low. Colder still Saturday, 54 for your high, but check out that morning low, 39 degrees. That is cold, I tell you. You're going to need to bring a jacket out for that one for sure.
No, thank you.
Small chance of rain for Sunday as well. 54 for your high Saturday and Sunday. Monday warms up slightly to 58, sunny skies. Sunny Tuesday, high of 60. Small chance of rain Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 62 degrees.
It's sweater weather. That's not too bad. Jeans and a sweatshirt.
Jeans and a sweatshirt. If the wind picks up, maybe a light jacket. Just something to keep warm. Although if you're going to be out in the morning, you're probably going to need a little bit more than a light jacket.
Now, Michael, I'm sorry I gave away your superhero alias of David Stradling. You got to work on a different lane now.
I'm going to have to go undercover now. I'm going to have to duck back under the cover for a little bit, find out a new alias, figure out how to make that work.
Oh
That's
boy,
on me.
good luck.
That's on me.
Good luck.
Well, up next, we'll have your local high school football schedule in Newslink Sports.
And we'll also take a look at how you can help out local artists.
Hey, welcome back into Newslink Sports. I'm Chris Renko. We're going to start off on the gridiron up at Schumann Stadium. The Ball State Cardinals coming off 3 consecutive weeks. The defense has played subpar to say the least. This week, we're getting a little bit of a mix-up here. The Cardinals listed on their official depth chart on Monday. They're going to go primarily to a nickel defense, which means one linebacker's coming out and they're bringing in an extra corner. Not sure if that's going to be Armand Dehaney or Quentin Cooper, but essentially you got 5 defensive backs. Hopefully they can stop the pass there. Ball State has run the nickel defense before, but they're bringing it in just in time for Mac playing a high-powered Northern Illinois offense. And Coach Lembo, he knows that it's important to stop a team like Northern Illinois, especially with a lot on the line this weekend. And we do not have Coach Lembo, but the battle for the bronze stock coming at you on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. You can listen to the game on SportsLink Radio, 91.3 WCRD. Myself, Pat Boylan, and Timmy Fogarty bringing you the play-by-play on that one. Hopefully, hey, we're talking another Ball State big win. All right, and the big boys are playing on Saturday. That means Friday night, Delaware County getting back into football. So let's take a look at some of the games going on around Delaware County. A lot of teams on the road this weekend. It's going to be tough, but Southside going all the way to Fort Loramie, Ohio. Muncie Central heading out to Anderson. Delton, Yorktown, and Monroe Central, 3 teams that are at home. Only a couple weeks before the IHSAA playoffs. So if you're going to go out and support your local teams, now's pretty much the time to do it. And high school football also winding down. That means baseball, final day of the regular season. It's hard to believe, but it's coming to an end. Still a couple teams fighting to get into the postseason. One of them was in Oakland. Oakland trying to lock up the AL West and with a win over the Texas Rangers. And the rally was on. Oakland pinch hitter Derek Norris, solo shot into right center field. That's going to put the A's up big. And then top of the 9th, pop up to center field. They are going nuts in Oakland. The Giants are in. The A's are in. The A's were 13 down behind the Rangers before that comeback. And another guy celebrating right now, Miguel Cabrera. First time since 1967 that a Triple Crown winner has been named. He hasn't officially gotten it. He is in the lineup tonight. But Mike Trout, the only guy who could catch him batting average-wise, he had to go 6 for 6. He's 1 for 2 last I checked. So, yeah, Miggy, congratulations. And then another big-time streak coming to an end. Yeah, Teddy, the mascot for the Washington Nationals, he wins his first mascot race in 525 races. How fitting that the Nationals made the playoffs today. And Teddy, he's just celebrating his win. You know, there's even a fan base, a cult following. Let Teddy win. There's conspiracy theories.
He deserved it.
He absolutely deserved
Teddy
it.
Roosevelt in real life would never lose a
Oh,
foot
he'd
race.
absolutely never lose life. This is the guy, he got shot during his speech and finished it. Teddy would have won, but glad to see the Teddy mascot.
That's amazing.
Congratulations to him. Now,
Congratulations,
orange
Teddy.
is the typical color when you think of in the fall, but there is one color you might also see that is raising awareness for a good cause.
And we'll see if it is going to be rain or shine for the rest of the week. Don't go away.
Welcome to Newslink Entertainment. I'm Ashley Rowland. Downtown in Muncie is a great place to experience the arts on Thursday. This year's Arts Walk will provide live entertainment, which includes street performers, music ensembles from Ball State University and America's Hometown Band, and much more. There will also be a kids area for activities and creative fun. The Arts Walk this Thursday is from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. downtown and in the Cannon Commons. This year's Arts Walk also includes a yard sale for art. This has been a Muncie tradition for many years. The sale features works created by local artists for $40 or less. This Saturday, there will be a farmer's market at the Minnetrista outside the Orchard Shop. If you are interested in supporting local farmers, this is a great opportunity for you because all of the products are locally grown. The farmer's market will be held from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. This Saturday, the Central Indiana Old Car Club is putting on a classic car show in Alexandria as a part of the Small Town USA Festival. Members will have classic cars on display for the 50th annual show. The event takes place from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. That is all for Newslink Entertainment. Back to you, Sarah.
Thanks, Ashley. Forget orange pumpkins. How about pink ones? A farmer in Wisconsin is growing pink pumpkins to raise awareness for breast cancer research. The pumpkins are actually a crossbreed between squash and pumpkin, and the longer they stay on the vine, the more pink they'll get. And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, Michael, Is it going to be good pumpkin picking weather?
Oh, it's definitely going to be good pumpkin picking weather out there. Temperatures are going to be nice and cold. Get those jackets up, bundle up, and go pick pumpkins with your family. It's always a tradition of mine. I did that ever since I was a little boy. We'd go out and we'd pick the pumpkins. We'd go out to the farm. Taking a look for it this weekend, however, you might want to wait till Sunday if you plan on doing any pumpkin picking, because the first couple days, there's a good chance of seeing some rain. Friday, probably your best chance of seeing the rain, 59 for your high. We cool way down for Saturday, still seeing some lingering rain, mostly cloudy day for your Saturday. 54 is your high. We reach a morning low of 39, so it's a very cool start. If you're out and about in the morning, definitely wear a jacket, definitely bring something warm with you, take a scarf even. Sunday, just as cold, however, the sun will return. It will warm it up later in the day. The low is still 34, so that low dropped off even more. Definitely cold starts to these days. We don't actually start warming up until Monday and Tuesday, when we reach a high of 58 for your Monday, about 4 degrees warmer. Still a very chilly low. The low starts to warm up into Tuesday, low of 39, of a high of 60. Wednesday, we are thinking that could be your next shot of seeing some rain, looking about a 20% chance of seeing some showers around for your Wednesday. However, it should be mostly sunny. Definitely no all-day rains looking at this point. 62 for your high on Wednesday, with 45 for your low on Wednesday morning.
And you know what that means? Sunday, Chris and I, we are karate chopping pumpkins.
Absolutely we are.
Of
Your
course.
house or mine?
Mine.
All right, I'll be there.
Bonding.
I'll be
Anchor,
there.
Bonding, that's what we do on the
I like
weekends.
it.
It's
I like
fun.
it.
Well, that's all we have tonight for Newslink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision. But before then, Sarah, would you be karate chopping pumpkins?
I will not be. But
Oh,
I
come
know.
on.
I know you're disappointed.
Come on.
Maybe next year. But be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.